Well, today we are going to talk on Hering's law of cure, which is formulated by the renowned physician Dr. Constantine Hering, who is also known as the father of American homeopathy. Hering's law of cure is also known as the law of the direction of the cure. So, according to the law, any patient who is suffering from any disease and a minimum remedy is administered to the patient after thorough case taking, the direction of cure, the process of cure will start following the laws of directions of cure, which can be categorized in 4 major points. The first one is from above downwards. The second one from within outwards. The third one from more important organ to the less important organ. And the fourth one is in the reverse order of the appearance of symptoms. Now let's talk in detail about each and every point. The first one, that is from above downwards. Say for example, a patient is administered a minimum remedy after thorough case taking of the patient. It is seen that the disappearance of the symptoms or the annihilation of the complete perceptible signs and symptoms from the body will take place from the proximal anatomical part to the distal anatomical part, from the axial body part to the appendicular body part. Say for example, a patient is suffering from polyarthritis and is administered the correct remedy. So, the disappearance of symptoms will take place in the following way, that is, the joints which is adjacent to the trunk, that is in the proximal part, will be the first one to disappear from the body, and the joints which are at the distal part will be the later one to cure. So the second point is from within outward, that is, the process of curing should take place first within inside, then outwardly. From the knowledge of Organon, we know that when the vital force is deranged due to any cause, it is manifested outwardly through various perceptible signs and symptoms. While selecting a homeopathic remedy, we know that Cain's general symptoms are given more emphasis than Cain's particular symptom. Dr. Hahnemann also said when a person is sick, it is the internal man is sick. The person himself or herself is sick from within inside. So the process of disappearance of the symptom should take place first within inside. It is the internal man is sick. The symptoms of the man is more important than the symptoms of the rest anatomical body parts. That is, the vital force which is deranged needs to be rearranged first, then the process of curing should take place outwardly. Patient who is suffering from respiratory problems as well as skin problems. So it will be your lungs which will be healed first, then your skin. Another most important example is your rheumatic fever, where there is problems in your heart as well as your joints. So in this case, the disappearance of symptoms will first take place at your heart, then at the joints, which is at the distal part. Third one is the process of cure will take place from the most important organ to the less important organ when a selected minimum remedy is administered to the patient. Say for example, any patient who is suffering from any cardiac issues as well as simultaneously any skin problems. So the disappearance of symptoms will first take place from the heart and then the skin, because heart is the most vital organ of our body compared to the skin. So the disappearance of symptoms first will take place at your vital organ first, then to the less important organs, that is from heart to the skin. And if the symptoms start disappearing following this law, it will be assured that the patient is curing. The last part is in the reverse order of the appearance of symptoms. Here the purpose of case taking is mostly focused, especially for the chronic cases. Through case taking, we record all the diseases, all the symptoms the patient have encountered throughout his life. Say for example, any patient who has suffered from skin eruptions or any skin disorders for the last 30 years is having bronchial asthma with symptoms of dry cough and shortness of breath for the last 6 months, has also suffered from bleeding hemorrhoids with constipation for the last 6 years. Although we know that the first appearance of symptoms has taken place 30 years back, but in according to the law, it is said that in the reverse order of the appearance of symptoms. So here the first thing which will be cured, the first part which will be cured, the first disappearance of symptoms will take place first from your lungs, which is related with your bronchial asthma with shortness of breath. The second part which will be coming is that your disappearance of the bleeding hemorrhoids with constipation, and the last part which will be healed is your skin, because we know the lung is the most important vital organ of our body compared to bleeding hemorrhoids and problems of the skin. The process of the direction of cure is an important factor in homeopathy, because in homeopathy the ideal cure takes place in a rapid, gentle and a permanent way. So if we notice that this disappearance of symptoms is taking place according to the law of direction of cure, we will be assured that the patient is curing, is in the process of curing. So the law of the direction of cure is one of the genius work of Dr. Herring, which is like a compass to a navigator and a sailor. Thank you.